Why'd you give me a scholarship? So Omar Khayyam got me in?
If you like.
It was Omar Khayyam? A dead guy? That's not true, Mr. Schmidt. That's not true. I know Dostoevsky's God. Lots of other people. Homer, even Einstein. But if you have a God, he sure as hell hasn't shown up in your religion
You
class.
watch your language.
This is so unfair!
What do you want?
What about you? Why don't you have to explain yourself?
more-
Right, you're the guy. I'm on trial. If it goes one way, I'll leave the school. If it goes the other, you leave. That'd be fair. That's fair. This is just you having everything. Why is it your school? Huh? Why am I always in the wrong? Why do I have to listen to you when you have zero to say? Because I'm young? All my life I've been young, so I never get a turn. This school is lost. If you ask me, you're lost. Everybody talks to me like I'm the one. You know, I should change. Why should I change? I've never even got to find out who I am, and you want me to change. That's crazy. You tell me I'm bad before I even get to be anything. What the hell is that? Original sin or something? I read Plato. I heard him on a park bench in the Bronx. Let me tell you something. Plato, he wasn't afraid. Diogenes, he wasn't afraid. Socrates, he wasn't afraid of anything. They were men. Why are you the headmaster and I'm the student? Do you understand? I have to earn your respect, but you don't have to earn mine. What is that? It's you that wants to A before you even start. But when I say I want the same thing, I'm nuts, right? I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna find my place in this world. Count on it. This school's been a miracle for me, but not because of you. Because somebody, Mr. Hoffman, finally saw me. And more than that, somebody, a grown person, decided I was good before I was good. And you want to throw me out of that? Then you know what I say. I've never met your God, and I don't want to. I can't wait to go home. Gotta get out of here. I want people to see what I've become. Then I'll know. Have I changed since I've been here? Oh. How? What do you mean by that? You gonna notice that in the Bronx? Needs to have changed.
You have?
I've got to be out of this part of my life. Because it's awful. What do you mean? What do you mean? I just kid around. Who complained? Fitzmaurice? Okay. Okay. Why have you helped me? What? Shine? I don't want to shine. I want to be great. Okay.
I'm serious.
I know. God, I hate him. He doesn't try to understand anybody.
You're mistaken.
Looks at me like I'm disgusting.
That's not accurate.
Yeah, have you talked to him about me?
Of course.
What's he say? His wife? I didn't think she liked me. Why? What? Oh. If I graduate.
You have to graduate.
Right.
You just...
Yes. What do you think's gonna happen to me? I mean, you know, what could I do for a job? Why not a man of letters? A poet?
Oh man, what is that? Don't tell me.
Apricot brandy?
Yeah, you're and not for me.
Ooh. Taste that. All right. I don't even like apricots, but that's good.
Spreading out in my chest, my stomach feels like a light bulb.
Summertime in a bottle. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Another poem?
Yeah, not by me. Wish I felt like that.
Like what?
I don't know, like I was the master of my fate.
What would you do?
What would I do? I'd smoke. I'd drink. I'd hitchhike all over the country, catch fish, eat corn from the cornfields, write poems like Walt Whitman, just naming everything. And I'd punch anybody who bothered me. Pow! Right in the face. I'd fight in wars. Say everything that came into my head. I'd travel through time, too. Meet all the geniuses. Wouldn't that be cool? Prison to think things are impossible. He'd be good. And Beethoven.
And Pablo Picasso.
Yeah, no. You don't need a time machine to meet Picasso. He's still alive.
No.
Yeah.
No, he must be dead a long time.
No, his picture's in the paper on Thanksgiving.
For what?
For just still being alive, I guess. And I like that, too. I want to be super old and famous. Like in a Chinese robe and sunglasses.
You've had a pretty bumpy 2 years.
Yes, I guess I have.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
It says you were suspended for saying you didn't believe in God. Is that true?
It's true that I said it, but I didn't mean it.
Then why'd you say it?
I was just trying to wake the teacher up, Brother Henry. He taught religion, but the way he taught it, he just read from the book. He didn't like questions. So I raised my hand and sat and believed in God to see what he'd do.
And what did he do?
Well, it definitely woke him up, but he wasn't happy. Sent me to the principal.
It's a serious thing to say you don't believe in God.
That's what the principal said. He suspended me.
What got into you?
Just crazy stuff.
What?
Well, the thought came into my head to say I didn't believe in God, and I thought, who put that thought there? And I thought it was probably God, you know?
You met a member of our faculty at the retreat, Alan Hoffman.
He told you about that?
He said you were very good at charades.
He did?
He was amazed. Apparently you guessed the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam after one clue.
I really like that poem.
Why?
I don't know. I like to live like that guy.
You mean drink a lot of wine?
No, no. He's just not... There's no misery, you know? You know that poem?
Sure.
He saw day and night like a chessboard, and God was a big finger writing in the sky. He just seemed to see things so... You saw the size of things. You know, and he was free. You know, happy. He saw time goes really fast. I think that too. Life is so short. Why would you give me a scholarship? I flunked everything.
Surprised you didn't do better on the IQ test.
I used to do good on them. Excuse me? Right, I used to do well on IQ tests. I think IQ tests make me nervous now.
Why?
I see how the questions could have a lot of different answers, and the answer choices never seem to include something I can completely agree with, so it makes me feel like something's wrong. My brother Tom loved taking IQ tests. He's older than me. Vietnam? Sure. I can? Is that a lot of money? How much? That sounds like a lot. Well, she's the bookkeeper. Why would you give me a scholarship? I flunked everything. She did?
A little.
She called from work, you know, because it's free. She's a telephone operator.
Yes, I could hear the other operators in the background.
She'll be happy I have somewhere to go. She was pretty worried.
What about you?
Oh, I was pretty worried too. Like I said, I had nowhere to go.
At school in New Hampshire, after having lived my whole life thus far in the Bronx. So it was a violent rupture with the past. And over the course of the next 2 years, I had kind of thrown in my face the question, who are you? What do you want? What are you going to do?
I always had a book. I was 15. You remember 15? For me, it was a special, beautiful room in hell. I came by train. Yes, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, I understand it.
That's why we're here.
I read it 4 times. You know, I felt like he was a professor showing off how smart he was. Oh, and then maybe he was drunk.
I think T.S. Eliot was a rather sober man.
When I read old poems, like the old English poems Mr. Hoffman assigns, they don't seem old. But when I read The Wasteland, it seems old to me.
But it was written in the modern
I
era.
don't think anybody's gonna read it in 100 years.
Why
I
not?
don't know, I looked at his picture. Huh? He looks like an undertaker. I think a poem that won't be good in 100 years isn't good now. I wrote a poem, I'd like to get your opinion. Can I read it? It's short. The German drew back his knife. He saw the Jew man's strife. He asked, "Where's your God now, Jew?" The Jew replied, "He's in your knife, which is about to run me through."
You forgot quotation marks.
Yeah, I did without.
Well, quotation marks can be helpful. They avoid confusion. Who's the speaker?
Me.
God is in the Nazi's knife?
Yes, God kills the guy. God's responsible.
Are you saying the Nazi is not responsible?
People are born somebody. They don't choose who they are. I was born me. I don't get to be somebody else even if I want to be somebody else.
Do you want to be somebody else?
What's the matter? I can't be. I'm Jim Quinn. I was born Jim Quinn and I'll die Jim Quinn. Yes, but the free will I have is mine because I'm me. The choices I make because I'm Jim Quinn. And that I didn't choose. In the Bible, when people go into the desert, they meet God or the devil or both. Then they choose. Because it's the Bible, they choose God. But in real life, they choose the devil just as much. Ooh, you got me. Good one. Yeah, I'm done with it, I think. Yeah, I'm done. They're just the perfect enemy. Because? Okay. What do you mean? How can I leave it at that? He does?
I tried to dissuade him.
It
but
wasn't
that's the
me.
theory.
It's not? I wish he didn't put it to me like that. I wish Socrates didn't die like that. I wish he died after eating spaghetti or something. I like spaghetti. I mean, he was a suicide. Yes, he was. Same as Thomas More.
Murder.
But what does that mean? He made the king kill him. Jesus was a suicide too, really.
Yes.
Yes, he was.
He was a spy.
Because he wouldn't play the game and lie about what he believed.
Exactly.
Thou shalt not lie, any one of the commandments. Nobody was asking Jesus to rat out his neighbor, just back off the king of the Jews stuff. Socrates, Jesus, Thomas More, all those stories are the same. Why should you help the killers kill you? Why even give the truth to second-rate people who don't deserve it? Why? Jesus was no hero like I think of a hero. Heroes, they fight for life. Jesus, he just handed them his sword and said, kill me. Mr. Schmidt, is character destiny? I don't know. Then you have a choice. About me, about whether or not I graduate. You're making me who I am right now. Right now. You know what I'm talking about. No, morality is everybody together. I don't know much, but I know that. You are?
Wow, Uncle Carl.
Thank God.
Thank you. This is the moment you made me, sir. Thank you. Thank you, madam. A lifetime of thanks. Thank you for everything. I'll leave this for the next guy.
I had a very long relationship with Manhattan Theater Club.
I was always smart. Colonel Spellman was stupid. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't listen to them.
Who?
The teachers. It was just so boring. It was depressing. I felt like I was going crazy. I wrote stuff. I thought it was good, but I got in trouble for that. So I stopped showing them anything and I just read all the time. But I didn't read what they told me to read, so that was a problem. They sent me to a psychologist. Anyway, here, Mr. Hoffman, when I talked about books, when I wrote stuff, he thought it was good. And he thought I was good. What? You don't think I'm good?